them. Concerning their money, the CTs shouldn't feel too good. And even though Dennis saved that rifle, they need to pull something really magical out of their hat. Maybe something like a pigeon or something that could fly. Maybe take that fish that is about to swim away in his claws and take it back to the land, to safe and dry land. Dennis is that pigeon, maybe with a headshot onto Innocent. He gets the first one in this horribly weak buy for the CTs. Next picks up the AK. It's a 4v5. The terrorists need to watch out to not run into that stack. And they have 3 CTs to work against in the lower bomb site. It is their bomb site of choice right now, but the CTs putting up a really good fight now. Michoud gets drawn from the CTs, but he puts down 2 and makes it a 2v3. Michoud, the man of the round so far, making that push into lower bomb site happen. NKJ is there with the 5-7, and he could potentially wreak havoc on the terrorists together with Nex, who is coming in from the vents. Now NKJ is there, waiting for the terrorists to get into his bomb site. It's his Starling, and he doesn't want anyone to push it too far. Michoud nading out there. The terrorists are still waiting for the CTs to go in for some information, but they are just simply too cautious right now. Now Minis checks the vents. Game is to realize they still have enough time, and they don't want to waste anything. Minis with the frag on the next. NKJ puts mouse down though, and it's only 10 more seconds. NKJ in a good position, but he can't defend himself. Michoud with the AK gets him killed and makes it 5-2. Gamers2 just popped off of that very, very bad track that they were on, and now they are back in control. The CTs with another rifle round, and it could have turned out really, really bad for the terrorists in the previous one if NKJ had found that frag a little earlier, or if Nex had gotten that frag in the upper bomb site. Minis though takes out NKJ on the outside. Really good shot from Squeaky down to the outside. Oh, well, not down, but you know what I mean. 4v5 in favor of the terrorists, and that's the time on Nuke when it gets really hard for the CTs. They need to worry about one opening at least. They can't cover all those entrances anymore if they only have 4 players, and they need to get something back on the board. And Nex was a player to try that, but Innocent had his number all the way. Innocent goes out into the open to take Speedy out. Really, really good self-confidence on the player, and it was rewarded with the frag. Dennis pulls it back to a 4v2, but it's a little bit too late already as Barrow disposes of him. It's Crystal against the rest of the terrorist squad. They already have a rough guess where he might be, and they are pushing in there together. Michoud will put him down with a headshot. Gamers2 with a 6th round on the board. What a good performance by the Poles. Penta will, or might be, missing the playoffs if they proceed to play like that. They have had only 3 wins out of 10 matches, and they, for example, didn't win both games against Dignitas, a team that I consider a little weaker than Penta. Or they couldn't win both maps against Copenhagen Wolves. The same story. Well, maybe Penta need to get back to their consistent play again if they want to make something happen. Now the terrorists take care of this anti-eco round. Dennis with an AWP but no armor, and he might actually have picked it up on Innocent. Not quite sure. I was looking at my sheet of paper to read you those score lines, as Speedy gets 1 onto Sparrow. Minis with the AWP onto Dennis, and Speedy just faked to go down into the vents and came up back, taking Minis out. Now he gets covered by Michoud though, and the terrorists have everything under control again. They lose 3 players almost all the time, but you have to consider that the CTs are in a way better position on Nuke. You know, if you lose 3 players in every single round on Dust 2, you might say, okay, it's really close. You shouldn't, you know, you need a more convincing round at one point. But Gamers2 feel very good right now, even if they should only win 1v1 situations. The terrorists only need to grind out 4 or 5 rounds. Gamers2 have 7 of them already, and they are about to get another one with 3 frags opening up on the A bomb site, making it a 2v4. The bomb is planted. Dennis is already cut off. Crystal with the FAMAS trying to defend himself. Gets the better of Michoud and Sparrow. And now Minis and Innocent know where the rest of the CTs are coming from, and that's kind of the point when Penta crumbles. The bomb gets planted and Gamers2 have everything under lockdown. They don't allow the CTs to get back. Even though Crystal was able to take down 2 terrorists, they were trying to control the vicinity of the bomb site to know where he's coming from, and he surprised them both. So there's no real fail in that, even though Gamers2 could have played it better. It's fine the way they play it right now. With 8 rounds on the terrorist side, you can't criticize them at all. Look at Minis, now everything works for Gamers2, then straight headshot onto Next, just cautiously clicking away. Mouse mops up 1 onto NKJ through the smoke. 2v4, Speedy is down on 18 HP. He will be an easy frag. Minis takes out Dennis in ramp room. Speedy exposes his position. He has a 5-7, so he could deal some damage to Minis, and he could actually get his hands on that rifle. And oh, he has the AK already. So just feared Minis away, and Minis realized that if he allows Speedy to get that frag, he makes it unnecessarily easy for the CT to even make it a decent comeback into this round. So he realized that, he retreated, and now he lets his teammates work. Even though Minis was not able to get out in time, Mouse was there to collect the refrag, so the damage was dealt, but not too much. 9-2 now in favor of Gamers2. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and see who's responsible for that. 14 frags for Minis, 12 for Michoud. I think Gamers2 are really happy to have Minis back on the board right now. He's certainly doing his job in the right way. On the other side, we have 12 frags for Dennis and 8 for Nex, but the rest of the squad is not up to par right now. Penta with the double AWP setup right now, trying to do something about the terrorist lead. And if they could do something before last rounds would be mandatory. So if they get this round, well, they need to get the remaining rounds. They needed that 2 rounds ago already. Even 4 rounds ago, they needed all the remaining rounds. Now let's see if they can pull through. Dennis with the first frag onto Mouse on the outside. Cheeky frag there from Secret. It's always a position that is kind of dangerous to both teams. If the terrorists push in there, the CTs need to worry about the lower bomb side. They need to they need to shift their positions around. And if the CTs are there, the terrorists need to worry about outside at the same time. Now Crystal with another one onto Michoud in ramp room. Good work by the CTs, slowly grinding out those frags. And the terrorists on the go on the ramp room. Minis hops into the right spot, but misses that shot onto Nex. And now Nex just holds off the angle with his Asimov AWP. Gets himself the kill, then retreats as Innocent disposes of Crystal. The terrorists are through to the ramp room, but Penta has those easy and fast rotations. They should be able to cut the terrorists off from planting. And the bomb goes down. Dennis has the player on his... Oh, Dennis, you could have spotted him a little earlier, prevented the bomb plant, prevented the money from getting into the bank. But in the end, Penta are happy to have that round, no matter if it was planted or not. And the Germans will take it and make it 9-3. Small consolidation. If Gamers2 make it 11-4 on Nuke on the terrorist side, well, good night Penta. But the Germans have a few more rounds to make up for, 3 to be exact. And if they manage to pull that off, they could potentially take that momentum that they gain in this half over to the next half and just make it happen from that point on. Now look at Penta, the outright aggression into ramp and radio room. Good job by them taking out the first 2 terrorists, and another one goes down. Sparrow is disposed of. Now it's the terrorists' time to fight back, and actually this exchange ended in favor of the terrorists. The CTs have Crystal on 3 HP right now. Speedy with an AWP pushing into Radio Room, quickly gets killed by Mouse. And it's a 1v2 in favor of the terrorist. Crystal with 3 HP, only 1 smoke to work with. And he will try to get into Squeaky, where the terrorists have lined up. And they covered themselves first to see if the CTs are getting in there. They wanted to see if Crystal was close and was trying to capitalize on the kind of chaos that was the situation at the start of the round. And now they realized, okay, Crystal is either too far away or he's not coming for us. So let's push into the bomb site really, really slow and cautiously. They don't want to run into a headshot by Crystal, and they don't want to allow him to make it a 1v1 situation. Now, he has that spot lined up, but he doesn't hit the bomb planted, so everything is fine for Gamers2. They should be able to take it home against Crystal there. He's in the vents, Minis has heard him, and he will quickly react to Crystal popping up on the far side. 10-3 in favor of Gamers2. What a really good showing. I said when the game was started, even before the first map, I said that Gamers2 are trying to find the player and the positions to make it click, to make everything work. You know, like a puzzle. At the moment, they were just throwing those those pieces on the floor, and it was a mess. And now they are trying to throw those puzzles at the floor, and suddenly it is a picture. And now, actually, they throw those puzzles right back on the floor, and it's nothing close to a picture. Dennis takes out the first 2. Speedy with 1 as well. It's a 2v3 situation in favor of the CTs. They have bought whatever they can. They realize it's do or die time anyway, so if they don't win this round, they can't win the game. So rather go for this one, except for saving up for the very last round of this half. Wouldn't make any difference. NKJ puts down Innocent, and Dennis is the player on Penta to perform right now. 18 frags. He even has more frags than Minis right now. And he's the part that makes Penta get. He's the player that made Penta get those 4 rounds on the board. Now they have that last round of this half up ahead of them. They have a real buy. They have a double AWP setup, and Next uses his to take Innocent down straight away. Sparrow goes down to Nexus Deagle, and he seems to have caught fire as well. NKJ then shoots Mishu in the face. The hand won't help you against the headshot, Mishu. Rather take it away from your eyes to see. Minis and Mouse trading tracks with the CTs, running back to a 3v2. Now Crystal is the guy to get his teammates out of this very bad situation they got themselves in. Next down to 5, Dennis down to 14. Minis is still on full HP. And if he takes Crystal out, well, he doesn't. Dennis is there to cover his teammate. 10-5. Still in favor of Gamers2 on the terrorist side. It is a horrible scoreline to head into the second half for the CTs. Let's see what they have in store. They need the pistol round. There's no question about that. And if they can't win the pistol round, Gamers2 will probably at least make it 11-5. Yeah, that's no rocket science. But they could make it 12, maybe even 13-5, depending on the bomb plans on Penta and depending on the second round. Now the Germans with a full Glock push. Not pushing anywhere so far, but they didn't purchase anything special. They rather go for the Glocks. First damage dealt already. Next with a swift kill onto Mishu on the outside. Making it a 4v4 is Innocent. Oh, Innocent with another frag onto Speedy. Holding the terrorists from the outside and not allowing them to push further into the secret stairs. Mouse with 1 onto NKJ in the inside. Now Nexus caught in between 2 CTs. He fights his way out there. Doesn't let the CTs to get it to a 1v3. Now Crystal makes it a 2v2 even. And the terrorists are still not out of this round. The CTs are on the rotation. They have probably spotted the bomb. But Sparrow is playing it a little risky. Now this nade should take Nex out. And there it is. 1v2. Crystal still standing. And he's inside the A bomb site. Sparrow doesn't know, or it seems like he doesn't know. He walks out into the open. Crystal is there with the Glock taking him to shreds. making it a 2v2. A 1v1. Innocent is on the outside guarding that bomb. Crystal realizes he needs to go for the C4 to draw the CT out, and there is Innocent firing away. 43 remaining for Crystal. He's in a classical duel situation. Just both players know where he's at. They are moving around, and Crystal doesn't make it to the bomb plant in time. Innocent is there to pick it up and make it 11-5. Gamers2 with a good piss around, mainly due to the last man standing who made it happen for them. But in the first place, it was Next in Crystal's effort to draw it back from a 4v2 situation back down to a 2v2, then to a 1v1. So Gamers2 on the CT side with the pistol in the bag, making it look even better on the second map. The first one ended 16-4 in favor of the Polish side. Mishu with the first frag onto Crystal on the outside. And the 4 remaining terrorists are trying to push into the lower bomb side. There is Dennis with the first onto Sparrow. Then Innocent with a double kill. NKJ closes Minis out, picks up the bomb. Not the bomb, but the rifle. And the bomb is still lost in Ramp Room. The CTs have a firm grip on that. Mouse makes it even tighter with another kill onto Speedy. And NKJ up against 3 CTs. He's got 55 seconds to work with. He's basically on the other side of the map of the bomb, and he still needs to pick it up. Despite the 3 CTs that are hunting for him, they don't even allow him to get to the bomb. They know where he's at, and they decide to not let him get away with anything at all. Innocent is there on the outside of the vents, making it a 12-5 scoreline in favor of the Poles. Looking better and better by the second. Now Dennis on 20 frags, 14 for Nex, 17 for Minis, 15 for Innocent and Mishu. Penta seemingly didn't find the player to make it click yet, so maybe they should look for a new kind of setup. At least it's not the positions that the players like right now. Otherwise they wouldn't be down 7 now, 8 rounds against the G2 squad. Triple kill for Mishu, double kill for Sparrow. 13-5. Only 3 more rounds to go for the Poles to take it home on the second map. Well, wait. The odds were 72% when I last checked. Yeah, 72% in favor of Penta. Well, you better have your fingers crossed for a huge comeback on the terrorist side. Penta with the first rifle round, 5 AKs against the AWP of Sparrow and the rifles of his company. Crystal with the first frag onto Mishu. Sparrow though and Innocent make it a 3v4. Now Sparrow with a second frag in Ramp Room, defending himself from Sparrow defending his position against the 2 terrorists that were pushing him, and Minis takes out Next to finish it off 14-5. Gamers2 get the first rifle round on top of the pistol round on the second half. Seems to be so promising for them, and the Germans on a reinforced buy. They want to keep Gamers2 from making it to match point. But I don't know if the Tech 9 and the Scout are enough to make it happen. 2 P250s. First frags, Innocent makes that a third one. And Crystal and NKJ, the last man standing, make that. Only NKJ with his Scout and the Tech 9. He's got all the weapons and he's got all the nades to work with. And he's got a headshot onto Minis. 4v1. 3v1. NKJ still on the prowl for more. Maybe he will make himself shine and silence a few of the people that hate him or don't like him or don't think that he's worthy. He certainly is, otherwise Penta wouldn't stick with him that long. But he is not able to clutch this 1v5 situation. 15-5, 10 match points for the Poles. Let's take another look at the scoreboard. Mishu now on 20, Minis on 19, 20 for Dennis, still 14 for Next. And G2 with a full buy after a very successful opening. There's no wonder they don't need to worry about their economy. Sparrow with a double kill in the previous round. Let's see, can make it another one. No, Mishu is the first one to pick up the frag onto Dennis. Now the CTs rotate Sparrow around. He leaves his teammate, but covers him in the end. NKJ goes down 3v4 now, thanks to Nexus kill. With Speedy gets disposed of by Mishu. Crystal with another one onto Mishu. And it's going to be over before I can switch to any other players. 16-5 in favor of Gamers2. 16-4 on the first one, 16-5 on the second. There was slight improvement for Penta, but it wasn't enough. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks to Twitch and Steel Series and G2A for sponsoring this tournament. I hope we will see each other in the future. Make sure to follow the channel to win some amazing skins that I will give away right now.
Is all I have, so I stay up in the lab. I'm glad I found you. I can live without you.
So, what a match by Gamers2. Their executions on Mirage were just from another world. But on Nuke, I think it was mainly due to their, well, they had two really good rifle rounds against the CTs, then the money got demolished for Penta. They couldn't work their way out of that slump anymore. And I think the motivation was going down